This place is full of tradition. I can walk through this camp anytime during the year and look at this cabin and tell you who might have been in that cabin. This afternoon I saw a man. He walked towards me and he said, "My name is Russ," and I said, "Browning." And the last time I had seen him was 36 years ago when he was a 14-year-old camper. That's the tradition of the place.
Some of the programming involved with the campers goes back to Culver's original starting date of 1894. And so the whole C-pin, the tuxus, the progression, a lot of the traditions are so old and so well thought out from the past that we know that they work.
You make connections at this place that keep the traditions of this place alive. The use of the military, the use of the Indian Lore Department, the use of the arts and crafts, the use of all the things that just I love about this place. And the connections they've made over the years is what keeps the traditions alive.
Our Woodcraft tradition, it's a really rich tradition and deep tradition. One thing that has been around for now 100 years is our scouting program. It happens to be the first Woodcraft camp director was Daniel Carter Beard, who was one of the founding fathers for the American Scouting movement, positioned here by Lord Baden-Powell, who was the founding father of the Scouting worldwide movement in England. Still today, we offer the awards program with the patches that the kids earn. They go on their sashes and their coats. That stems all the way back from our scouting program. And this year we celebrated 100 years in scouting. We dedicated a new building back at our scout area.
And so there is a natural scouting tie to the camp. We have pictures of him sitting around the campfire with young men, many, almost 100 years ago, which is a really phenomenal history and piece of history to have.
The leadership aspect is the one thing that we hold from their first experience at Culver to their end experience at Culver, and that's something that just progresses through those years.
I think it's a good leadership system, first of all, because you get a chance to lead, but they don't always have one person leading every single day. You switch off leadership positions every day.
You have to learn to be a leader before you can really lead.
I think following is definitely a way to lead. Being a Bronze C is just a really good way to learn. And then by your Silver C year, before you know it, you're doing you're in the front line or something, and you know how to do it because you were in your Bronze C year.
We march, we have parades and retreat. Everyone's watching you, and you're just like, I made it this far. Wow, I'm doing great.
Drum and Bugle Corps is one of our living organizations, but it also takes on another profile, and that is it's the musical group of the Woodcraft camp.
Drum and Bugle Corps is a beaver division, and it's a place that holds a tremendous amount of tradition.
The DMB is very important in parade because without us, none of the other units would be in step.
And the drums and bugles for years and years have set the tone and the pace, so to speak. You'd hear those guys starting to play, and I think it uplifted everyone's spirits because they were out doing their thing, and it gave everybody else a sense, hey, this is a pretty neat spot, and it's a neat place to be. In the same way, it's a great way to build camaraderie with your group. You share this little extra piece, in this case, the music of the D&B.
It's a fantastic division that really is kind of the core of our beaver units and our retreat parades and even our garrison parades.
Yeah, the Native American Indian Lore program at Culver, I think, is kind of one of a kind. Major Zimmerman, Major Z as we call him, has been a part of that program now for, this is 59th summer.
All our dances are as authentic as we can get them. We've had an Indian advisor who checked over every dance that we did, every program that we do, and she okayed them. The first 2 weeks, almost every kid that we have in class has been in Indian dance before. The new ones just coming into camp, they don't know what Indian dancing is. They think it may be ballroom, they think it may be ballet, they think it may be tap, but once that they see the show, then they want to come into the program too, and our class sizes just explode.
Council Fire is really cool. In the Council Fire, there are acting parts, and that's usually for some of the better dancers. And then there's the dances, like it kind of goes along with the story for the acting parts.
Anyone that takes Indian dance can be in that.
And it's a series of plays, you might say. Every week there's a drama, a story that's presented. And it's just a very, very traditional, historical piece of the Woodcraft camp. And the parents, of course, love to come out and see the kids involved in the Council Fire.
Council Fire is probably one of my favorite areas on camp. It's very special, very magical. If you've seen a Council Fire, you want to see the rest of them, and it's been around many, many years.
The kids all take a river trip, which is to the Beeson Park.
Our Beeson River trip, all our campers participate in the Beeson River trip. Some go downriver in our big 10-man war canoes, and that's been a tradition for years and years.
We canoe down the river to Beeson, and then we hang out for a while, have soda, we eat burgers and stuff, we watch a movie, then we sleep in this giant bunkhouse it has about 80 beds.
Well, the Beeson trip has always been, again, another historic part of the camp, and was a little bit more of an adventure trip, you know, a chance to do an adventure away from the Woodcraft camp itself. But it's a way to get them on the river and have a little taste of that adventure still down the TIPPECANOE River toward Beeson, and then they cook out and stay the night and things like this.
It's a special trip because it's so traditional, and the unit gets to be just by themselves for one night. They do things to help develop their unity within their division or unit.
There's something here, something that touches you. If you go through just even one summer, it affects you for the rest of your life. You've got fathers bringing their sons, sons bringing their sons. You've got grandfathers walking through and bringing their grandsons through. And that's the tradition of the place, because there's something here, something that touches you. I think that's the greatest tradition of it all.